Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my SQL tutorial. So in the last video, we have discussed about the subqueries, okay, in SQL. So link is in the description. So if you haven't watched, go through the video. So let's continue. So today we are going to discuss about constraints in SQL. Okay. So what is constraints basically? It's an interview question also. So simple answer. A constraint means it's a set of rules so for ensuring data integrity, or you may say the correctness of data. So it's an interview question. So this is the answer, simple and meaningful answer, straightforward answer we can say. Okay. So we have some types of constraints. Okay. Not null, unique, primary key, then foreign key, check constraint, default, and then index. So I will make a separate video to discuss about the index. Apart from that, we'll cover all the rest of the constraints in this video. Okay, so let's see practically how we can use constraint. Okay, so basically constraints are used, okay, to while creating a table we defined these constraints. Okay, so let's see it practically. So I have taken one scenario here. Okay, let's say uh, I have taken one scenario here. So let's say I have a business of shoes business. So I have created one software where in the customer page, so for maintaining my customers' data, right? Whomsoever is coming to purchase my shoes. So for that, I'm just collecting the simple information. For that, I have one customer's page. So and of course, I'm maintaining the data. For that, I want to create a customer table, and I want these all data. So for that, I am defining these columns. Okay. So this is some kind of scenario, and so let's understand now. So always make sure while creating a table, right? First, you make sure that you have selected your database. Okay, here by default, master is selected. Okay, you can change to your database name which you have created. So I have created a SQL DB, so I can select from here manually, or I can use the use keyword here. Use SQL DB. As you can see here, on left right top corner, it has changed to SQL DB. Okay, it's interesting, right? Let me know in the comment section. So now let's create. So I am now in my database, that is SQL DB, and as discussed, I want to create the customer table for the due to the requirement, right? So syntax is very simple. Now we are familiar with the syntax, create table, and then we have to mention the table name. So my table name is customer. That's it. Now inside that, I will define the columns. So ID ID column, it will be again unique, I mean of data type int, and I am assigning it as a primary key. Okay, so let's first assign all the columns and then I will discuss one by one the constraints. So, and then I have to define the first name of, let's say, varchar, say 20 characters. Then last name varchar in 20 characters. Moving forward now for email ID for, again, let's keep it as 50, and address of the customer, let's say 100, pin code, int, and let's make it simple. After that, age again int. Okay, so this is my customer table. Okay, so I have let's say I have assigned the, I have defined the columns, right? Now primary key will be my ID, because of course each and every customer, to identify each and every customer, I am assigning some unique value to identify each and every customer. So for that, primary key. So what is primary key? Basically, primary key constraint is nothing but it is a combination of unique and not null. So here what I am make suring that I want to make sure that the customer ID is unique, and again it should be not null. Okay, it should have any value. It should have a value. Let's say 1 2 3 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6, kind of that thing. So it's nothing but the primary key. First name, again first name, of course each and every customer should enter their name, right? So I want only first name as should be mandatory, so it should be not null. Okay, last name, it's up to the customer on their interest, they want to mention their last name or not. So simply last name, I mean no constraint on last name. So now email, again the email ID of each customer again should be unique, right? We just create a new email ID. There also the system throws an exception if somebody has taken the email ID, have used, if that particular email ID which we want to create is already used, the system throws an error, right? That the particular email ID is already exists. So again, in real world scenarios also, no doubt, the email IDs of each person should be unique. So that's why unique constraint here. And of course, I want each and every customer's email ID also. So not null constraint I am applying. Okay. Address, again, address should be not null. I want the each and every customer's address also. Pin code, again not null. Age. So I want only those customers whose age should be above 18. Okay. Okay. Age, I'm mentioning here in the bracket, above 18 age customers I want, right? So for that we can use the check constraint. Check followed by the, you have to mention here the condition. So our condition is age greater than or equal to 18. Simple. So for this type of scenario, for the respective scenarios, we have assigned the constraints, right? So let's execute this. Okay, it's already exist. Okay, let's say customer, let's say I want to create customers. Oh, I'm sorry, because the customer table was already exist. So okay, just for understanding here. So command created successfully. So let's refresh here. Okay, let's refresh the whole database now. Okay, and in the object explorer, as you can see in the left side, we have the customers table, right? It's created. Okay, now let's understand, like I want to maintain one orders table, right? Where I want to track the each orders with their customers. So for that I need to create an orders table. So scenario is again, so I want to create an orders table and uh, define relationship with customers table. Okay, so I want to create now the orders table, create table, let's say product, let's say no, let's say P orders, product orders. So short form P underscore orders. So inside that, let's keep it simple. I want only the ID. Okay. Again, it should be primary key. I want no duplicate orders, right? So it should be primary key followed by the customer underscore ID. It should be again int. Now, I want, in order to define relationship between the two tables, that is customer and P underscore orders table. So for that we have the foreign key, right? So foreign key, then what you have to mention here, the column name. P underscore orders column name, right? That is customer ID. Okay, here. Okay, followed by the references, the others table. Other table is our customers table. So customers, it's nothing but ID. So now the question may arise, why we have defined here the relationship? Because to track, I have created one separate P underscore orders table to track the orders, each and every customer's orders. Okay, for that I am going to I have created separate P underscore orders table, and I am going to define the relationship between these two tables. So command completed successfully. So in order to view the structure, we have the stored procedure help command, right? We are familiar with this command also. Let's say P underscore orders. Let's say, so as you can see here, for this, here in the constraint type, we have defined the column, right? We have defined the relationship between the orders and customer table, right? As you can see here, the constraint key customer ID. Okay, let's see the customers table also. So as you can see here, based on the scenario, ID, first name, last name, we have defined all this. So as you can see here, ID is not nullable. ID, first name, email, address, pin code, these are all mandatory. So that's why here nullable is no. Last name, as I'm keeping it as optional, so it's nullable. So it can have null values. Okay. We have the length of characters length we have, right? So in this way, okay, based on the scenario, we saw how we can use the different types of constraints. Okay, so constraints are very important, okay, while creating a table. So this is nothing but the basic understanding and how we can use constraints. Okay, so in the next video, we will discuss about the typecasting in SQL. Okay, so I hope you guys are getting. Let me know in the comment section if you have any doubts. Okay, so see you guys on the next video. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you. Have a nice day.